Hi, good morning, my dear children. I am Deepa Thomas, your zoology teacher. Let us start our next section of zoology online class. And you know that we have already finished one chapter, that is microbes in human welfare. In your text, there is a 10 units are there. In biology, 10 units are there. In the 8th unit, that contain 3 chapters. The first chapter, human health and disease. Next one, strategies for enhancement in food production. And the third one, microbes in human welfare. We have already finished the 10th chapter, that is microbes in human welfare. Today I am going to take the next chapter, that is human health and disease. In between, one chapter is there. That chapter name is enhancement strategies for enhancement in food production. And that chapter your Shabana ma'am will take. Okay, let me tell one thing. Now you are sitting in your house itself, so you are getting more time. So you should go through your chapters very properly. Okay, otherwise you will not get the time to study. So should be very careful and be safe, be alert, stay at home. Okay, let us start our next chapter, that is my human health and disease. Okay, and do you know what is disease? What is health? Do you know the definition of health and disease? Can you tell? Okay. According to WHO, what do you mean by WHO? WHO means World Health Organization. That is, you know that. According to WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Next, what do you mean by disease? Disease. Can I say disease? Disease means any condition which interferes with a normal functioning of the body and impairs the health, that is called a disease. Any condition which interferes the normal functioning of the body and impairs the health, that is known as that is called disease. According to WHO, it's given a definition for the health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And what do you mean by disease? Any condition which interferes the normal functioning of the body and impairs the health, that is called a disease. Okay, different factors are mainly affecting our health. The first factor is the physical environmental factors like temperature, light, food. These are the different factors of the physical environmental factors. And social environmental factors is like job conditions, family. These are the social environmental factors. And next, public cleanliness. Next, personal hygiene, regular exercise, supply of balanced diet. These factors are mainly affecting our health. If we are not getting the proper supply of the diet, if we are not getting the balanced diet, that will affect our health, isn't it? And if we are not doing the regular exercise, the obesity will happen. The obesity, if suppose obesity is happening, what will happen? That will affect our health. Okay. The next factor is public cleanliness, personal hygiene. Now we are more aware about the personal hygiene, isn't it? The corona effect. That's why we are more aware about the personal hygiene. Okay, these are the different subheadings of this chapter. That is health and disease. This is the introduction portions. And next, types of diseases. What is that? Types of diseases. In the last chapter, you have learned what are the merits of the microbes. In this chapter, we are going to study about demerits of the microbes. Different organisms, means pathogen. Disease-causing organisms, that is known as pathogens. What are the demerits of pathogens? Okay. Types of, next subheadings is types of diseases. That is a congenital, two subheadings are there. That is a congenital diseases and acquired diseases. Congenital diseases and acquired diseases. Congenital diseases means that is diseases caused by gene mutation or chromosomal mutations. Diseases caused by gene mutations or chromosomal mutation. That is a congenital diseases. And next, acquired diseases. Acquired diseases. That means communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. And I think you know that the terms are familiar to you. That is a communicable and a non-communicable diseases. Acquired diseases, that is mainly two divisions. That is communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Congenital diseases, that's mainly divided into two. That is disease caused by the gene mutations or chromosomal mutations. Okay. And can you tell the example for a communicable diseases? Communicable diseases, that's contain different divisions. That you have to study. That is bacterial disease, fungal diseases, viral diseases, Helminth's diseases, rickettsial diseases, protozoan diseases. These are the main communicable diseases. Okay, the next communicable and non-communicable diseases are there. In communicable diseases, different divisions are there. The first one is a bacterial, viral, fungal, protozoan, helminthus, and rickettsial disease. Rickettsial disease is not given in your textbook. I simply added this. Bacterial, viral disease, fungal diseases, protozoan diseases, helminthus diseases. Okay, and next non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable, the body is too small. It's not space is there. That's why I think it's clear for you. Deficiency diseases, degenerative diseases, cancerous diseases, allergic diseases. These are the non-communicable diseases. The diseases which are not spreading from one person to another person, that is known as non-communicable diseases through touch or contact or whatever it is. Okay, and bacterial disease, viral disease, fungal disease, protozoan disease, helminthus disease, rickettsial disease. Viral disease. Now we are facing the side effect of the viral disease, coronavirus, isn't it? So these are the different divisions of the communicable and non-communicable diseases. Okay, can you follow me? I think you can follow me. Next subheading is a good humor hypothesis. What is that? Good humor hypothesis. Good humor hypothesis is proposed by Hippocrates. Hippocrates. Do you know who is Hippocrates? The father of medicine. Father of medicine, that is Hippocrates. Good humor hypothesis is proposed by Hippocrates. Now I am going to tell what is good humor hypothesis. According to good humor hypothesis, there is a link between humor and health. Humor means it's a mood. This theory is proposed by Hippocrates. He told that it was thought that a person with a black bile have a fever and belonging to hot personality. A person with a black bile have a fever and that person belongs to hot personality. But this theory is disproved by William Harvey. William Harvey, you are familiar to William Harvey. William Harvey discovered the blood circulation. Okay, this hypothesis is disproved by William Harvey using experimental method, that is using thermometer. He just found that the person with a black bile have normal body temperature, not a hot person, not a hot personality. That means to belong not a hot personality. He simply discovered that that is that person with a fever or whatever it is that have only black bile. At the same time, it's also a person have a normal body temperature. So this theory is disproved by William Harvey. Friends are always asking these questions like regarding this topic. That is who proposed the theory good humor hypothesis. Hippocrates proposed the good humor hypothesis. Who disproved this theory? That is William Harvey disproved this theory. That means this hypothesis was disproved by William Harvey with the experimental method that demonstrated normal body temperature in person with a black bile using thermometer. Okay, these are the main content of this chapter. Okay, go through your text. Be safe, be alert. Thank you, my dear children.